This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Flash flood warning for St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Catherine. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica says a flash flood warning is now in effect for low-lying and flood-prone areas of St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Catherine. The Met Service said a forecast models project more rainfall for sections of the island on Wednesday. Sections of St. Mary and St. Anne took a major battering Monday night as heavy rains, which lashed the parishes for several hours into Thursday morning, resulted in major flooding. High floodwaters and damaged roads kept vehicles off the roads. Court hears more on murder of Rastafarian man. The prosecution in the ongoing trial involving 33 alleged members of the Klansmen gang Tuesday managed to regain its footing, with the evidence being marshaled relating to the 2018 murder of a deported Rastafarian man on Jones Avenue, Spanish Town, a hit said to be ordered by accused gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan. In November last year, the Crown's case in respect of that assassination hit a snag after it was disclosed that, other than a scene of crime photograph and the evidence of the Crown's witness, there was no other evidence available from the police for the murder, which is count 15 on the 25-count indictment. A prosecutor at the time, in response to questions posed by trial judge Chief Justice Brian Sykes, said no police witness would be coming to speak to the death of the Rastaman either. According to the prosecutor, while the presence of the photograph indicated that the police would have gone to the scene and processed it, the Crown had nothing to support it. That disclosure attracted this observation from the Chief Justice at the time: so no police witness will be coming to speak on the death of the Rastaman. No investigator, no police officers who went to the scene will be coming to speak. I went to the scene and I saw. So other than the witness's assertion in respect of this Rastaman, there is nothing else to support his claim that this gentleman was killed in the circumstances outlined by him. Not even an investigator or police officer to say I was called to the scene and I went to the scene and I saw. Herein lies the problem, that there is not sufficient evidence at this point to demonstrate that the witness is able to properly identify him from the photographs, so I can't go with you on that, Justice Sykes ruled then. Yesterday, in regrouping, prosecutors called on a detective sergeant from the Major Investigations Division of the Constabulary, who had been called to the scene on the Sunday of that slaying. According to the officer, after receiving a radio transmission regarding the incident, she, along with other officers, visited Jones Avenue, where the body was seen in the middle of the road in a pool of blood, a knapsack still on the body. He was lying on his right side. I saw 15 spent casings on the ground nearby, a bullet fragment and one expended bullet. There was also a watch near the body, the officer testified Tuesday. She said she traveled behind the vehicle which took the body to Spanish Town Hospital, where the doctor on duty pronounced the victim dead. She said she again saw the corpse on the day of the autopsy. The witness then proceeded to identify the man from photographs shown to the court of the body as well as the crime scene. With the testimony of the witness, the Crown was able to successfully enter 4 photographs into evidence, effectively shoring up its case for that count. The accused Jazeel Blake, Michael Whiteley, Brian Morris, and Brian are each charged with facilitating the commission of an applicable offense by a criminal organization in respect of the murder of an unnamed Rastaman in that count. The officer also detailed her role in the investigations into the November 2017 killing of a defiant Spanish Town bus driver who the gangsters had allegedly claimed was preventing them from collecting the right amount of extortion money. Their solution to the perceived difficulty, according to the testimony of a main witness, was to send an assassin dressed in school uniform aboard one of its infamous duppy truck to mash him up right in the busy park. That duppy truck, the court was told, was a stolen gray Nissan Tido motor car bought from criminals in Lauriston, St. Catherine, which had been given that moniker because every time it drive out is either a shooting or a murder. According to the evidence of one of the two main witnesses, the murder was supposedly ordered after two alleged gang members identified as Chubby and Mackerel complained to the accused faction leader that is this bossman make them not collect the right amount of extortion money. He said the men further complained to Brian that the marked bus driver encouraged the rest of bossman not to pay extortion. Information disclosed at the start of the trial in September was that between $80,000 to $100,000 was collected daily in extortion money from the section of the bus park controlled by Brian. The witness said after receiving the complaint, the plot to kill the busman was hatched with Mackerel, suggesting that the assassin handpicked by Brian and who was identified as the accused Tariq James, alias CJ, be made to wear a school uniform. According to Mackerel, he would blend in as a schoolboy. The witness in his evidence claimed that Brian approved of the disguise, saying it was a good idea. On Tuesday, the officer told the court that she went to the scene after being informed about the killing, where she saw the bus parked in one of the bays, blood stain on the ground beside it. She said she also saw 9 spent casings near the vehicle. She said after taking steps to have the scene processed and the evidence secure, she gave instructions for the bus to be taken to the Spanish Town police station. She said she then visited the hospital where she was shown the body of the driver on a stretcher. She said the body was processed, photographed, and placed into a body bag and sealed with evidence taped before being taken to a funeral home. Trial of double shooting accused transferred to St. Thomas Circuit Court. The case against Chaka Miller, who is implicated in the double murder at a gas station in St. Thomas in 2017, has been transferred to the St. Thomas Circuit Court. The decision was made on Tuesday during a committal hearing in the St. Thomas Parish Court. Mr. Miller was remanded following a bail application by his attorney, Donahue Martin. The 34-year-old man, who was deported from the Bahamas in March 2021, was arrested and charged with the murder of 53-year-old Christopher Higgins and 26-year-old Katharina Brown. It's alleged that Mr. Miller and 2 other men shot Mr. Higgins and Miss Brown. The getaway vehicle was later intercepted by the police on Mountain View Avenue in St. Andrew. The men reportedly shot at the police and escaped. Teaching Council Bill tabled. The Jamaica Teaching Council Bill was tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday after years of delay. The bill seeks to establish a governing body for the teaching profession and to institute a regime for the licensing and registration of all government-paid teachers. The council will have the power to suspend and cancel the registration of a teacher who has been charged with a disqualifiable offense such as sexual assault, murder, pornography, robbery, and fraud. The bill was tabled by Education Minister Favour Williams yesterday and is to be debated at a later date. Police seize 88 illegal guns in January. The police have seized almost 90 illegal firearms since the start of the year. This was disclosed by Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson. General Anderson told a virtual media briefing on Tuesday afternoon that 88 firearms were seized in January compared to 78 during the same period of 2021. We have recovered 13 rifles, and that's the most rifles we have seized in the month of January since before 2011. We have also recovered 59 pistols, which amounts to an overall 17% increase in firearm seizures over the last year, he reported. The police commissioner noted that these guns are the main implements used by gunmen and gangs to create death, mayhem, and pain, but he singled out the AK-47 as the criminal's weapon of choice. It has a 600 rounds per minute rate of fire, and you can get this magazine, the 30-round magazine. You can get it with a 50 or 100-round magazine. This weapon goes for anywhere between, depending on its condition, $500,000 to $1 million, he revealed. General Anderson noted that the police have recently been recovering several of these AK-47 rifles as well as M16s and pistols. He made a reference to the seizure of 6 rifles 2 shotguns and 2 pistols at the Stadium East field in St. Andrew last week, disclosing that the recoveries were based on intelligence. He said he is expecting that more guns will be found at other locations in coming weeks. Jamaica's murder tally has declined by 6% since the start of the year. Crime statistics obtained by the news revealed that 133 murders had been committed from January 1 to 29. The figure is below the 146 murders committed in the same period of January last year. General Anderson said all other major crimes are down by 19% overall as of February 1. A breakdown reveals a 20% decline in shootings, 14% drop in robberies, almost a 7% decline in rape, and 11% decline in break-ins. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.